I'm about 30 minutes late. We're going to talk about reducing belly fat with protein, or by becoming protein focused regarding menopause. We're going to talk about menopause and protein. I think this is a super important subject, and my goal is to help you to understand why more protein in your life is going to help you not only reduce belly fat, but make a lot of the other issues that midlife women struggle with easier, okay? Oh, I gotta go and get your link for your free download. And on this download today, okay, I'm gonna share the link right here. On this download, you're going to have access to a free sheet from Dr. Stacy Sims. Please tell me I'm copying that. Hold on, I gotta do one thing at a time here, I suppose. Copy. Okay, copy link. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go in the comments right now. We're gonna paste this here. Anyway, free adaptogen cheat sheet. So we're talking about menopause. I use this cheat sheet and it really helped me a ton. Look through it, tell me what you think. If you have any questions, if you want to know any questions about how it worked for me, you can ask. I'm more than happy to share. All right, so, oh, doggone it. I think I just put the wrong one in there because we want you to be able to download that. So hold on, doggone it. All right, we're gonna try this again. Done. Yep, we need this one. No wonder that was not working quite right there. Okay, share, copy link, and now we will have the right one in there, okay? Okay, that's part of beginning, right? Messy action. Take messy action, and you get better as you go. Okay, so with that said, your link is now in there. It should be a PDF. You should be able to download that PDF. I'm going to click on it just to make sure that it's working for me. Then I know it'll work for you, which it sure is. All right, so we're going to start talking about this right now. Why do we need protein? Why do we need more protein during menopause? I just want you guys to know that when I first hit what we call that first year of no periods, I did not realize how serious the subject was. I was in the middle of taking a course about menopause and in physical activity, but I just still did not comprehend the importance of what we're about to talk about today. But it sure got slapped in the face with it over the next 2 years, okay? So I can answer a lot of questions about what it was like for me, and I can attest to a lot of this stuff that I'm sharing with you for myself and for other women. So number one, we're going to talk about protein and why it's important, and the first thing that I want to share with you is the fact that it aids in stress management. Recently I shared a video, and I can share that video again soon. This the fact that the protein contains a lot of nutrients that if they're not floating around in our body, our body does not have access to those to make serotonin and dopamine, etc. Okay, it's important to know that. Like, that's why we go looking for sweets. That's why we go looking for caffeine. We want that feeling. But if your body has enough amino acids floating around in it, your body can make its own serotonin and its own dopamine. Okay, you can make enough of it just fine. We've got to learn to stop taking the outside sources in and get the nutrients in here so your body can make it itself. So it aids in stress management, and I can attest to that 150%. Number two, it prevents muscle loss and builds strong bones. So right there, that muscle loss, I actually ended up experiencing some of that, which I wanted to hate myself for it, but because I preach not behaving that way, I didn't hate myself for it, but I sure got to know what that feels like. And let me tell you, if you have not passed menopause yet, you do not want to experience muscle loss, because let me tell you where the pain goes. The pain ends up going to your tendons. For females, it's terrible. The tendonitis is the worst. It's worse than any muscle loss. But if you don't have a lot of muscle strength going on in there, you're not going to be able to keep your tendons strong either. So, but by having more muscle mass, it makes our bones stronger. So we want to make sure that we're maintaining the muscle mass we have. We don't want to lose it, and it's very easy to lose it. But we also want to grow more muscle mass. The other thing that I want to point out is once we have the estrogen drop, like, it slowly starts going down as we get closer to menopause. But let me tell you, once you hit menopause, boom, it's more like a rock climbing fall. And when you do, you now don't have that nature's ability to maintain your muscle mass, and your muscle mass will fall faster. I experienced that. It's kind of scary when you've spent your life in the fitness arena and you experience that. So being focused on protein, which I wasn't quite as focused as I should have been, but you can guarantee I will be now. But being focused on protein will help maintain what muscle mass you have, especially if you're trying to be in a weight loss situation, and it will help build more as long as you're getting plenty of calories. Okay, so that's super, super, super duper important. Number 3, balance your hormones. Okay, so our hormones require amino acids, and after menopause, often our hormones get disrupted in their productions, and so increasing our protein helps our diet have that better balance of amino acids so that it can maintain a better hormonal balance itself. I cannot even begin to tell you the relationship between amino acids and hormones. And when we say hormones, did you know insulin is a hormone? Okay, insulin is a hormone. So remember, it's not just estrogen and testosterone and progesterone. Okay, there are so many more hormones that we need to be aware of. So in order to keep those balanced, we really need to have amino acids floating in the body on a regular basis, and that means getting protein all day long throughout your day. Number 4, it enhances skin, hair, and nails. We kind of already know that, but I don't know that we take it that serious, right? But the protein supplies those amino acids that are necessary for producing keratin. That's going to contribute to healthier hair, skin, and nails. Okay, that's really super important because hitting menopause can really mess with the hair and the nails big time. The other part of this that I wanted to put in there was, additionally, protein does help work to stabilize your blood sugar, and because of that, it can balance your hormones that way also, and helps to support your skin. Okay, and I just kind of keep looking back to see if anybody is hopping on with any questions, and I don't see any questions yet. So we will move on to number 5. This is something that we don't pay a lot of attention to, but once women hit menopause or past menopause, our heart disease and things like that rise a fair amount, enough to be concerned about. So when we pass menopause, we also struggle with a little bit higher blood pressure, and a higher protein intake is linked with lower blood pressure. So we would want to use our protein intake for that fact, is to keep our blood pressure more level or down lower where it should be. And will also help your heart disease risk. Okay, so number 6 is collagen production. So collagen production, I did a little bit of studying on this. I can tell you this: there are 4 types of collagen. Okay, the number 1 is the best one, but once we pass a certain age, we no longer make that number 1. Whatever needs to be repaired is made with number, I believe, 2 or 3, or maybe 2 and 4. And so you're not even going to make very good collagen if you're not getting enough proteins in your body. Okay, and if you're taking collagen, that's fine, but it's not an actual protein that has the variety of amino acids. I apologize, I don't have that reason for you there, but I happen to know that I believe you want it's a small portion of your protein, daily protein grams, to be collagen. The rest you want to be regular proteins. So just know that as you get older, we're heading into the midlife, post-menopause, that when you need to repair tendons or ligaments, they're not going to be repaired with the same type of tissue that you did when you were in your 30s and 40s. Okay, we just don't even make that anymore. A lot of things in the body we stop making well when we get older, so we have to keep supporting our cells with nutrients. And what's scary for me is that as we get to midlife and we put on a little belly or we put on extra weight, the first thing women do is cut calories without even thinking about what that's going to do to their nutrients. Okay, the last one I have on this list is it boosts the metabolism. Okay, well, it's not the last one, it's number 7. Our metabolism relies on insulin, glucagon, and thyroid hormones, just to name a few, and these all require protein to be synthesized. Okay, that means to make them work inside the body. So adequate protein in several different ways, as you can see here, is vital for maintaining your healthy metabolism. I can tell you, and I just want to tell you this right now, over the last couple months, each person that I have really kind of hounded on. I'm like, really want you to be protein focused and get this certain number of protein every day on average and make it your absolute priority. Not a single one of them has regretted it, and not a single one of them has not come to tell me how freaking great they feel. So I want you to, first of all, know that if you feel like you've got to put a lot of effort into that protein, you will not be sorry. I do not believe you will be sorry. As long as that protein is something you feel good about eating, like it doesn't taste like crap and all that, you're going to be really super thankful, okay? If that's the one and only thing you change, it will lead to much better changes. Number 8, here's another favorite of mine that I've been talking about a little bit more lately. Leucine is an amino acid. You can get it out of your proteins, especially your animal proteins, okay? It's also called the cognitive protector. So leucine, and this is one of the things I learned in my menopause course, leucine is the one amino acid that can cross the blood-brain barrier and get into that brain area where we need to have more clarity, less fog. Our thinking gets better, okay? There's not many things that will cross the blood-brain barrier that we need in there. And so to know that if you're getting plenty of proteins and you're getting lots of leucine in there, you could lessen your foggy brain, your complicated brain, whatever, your non-thinking brain. It will get better the more leucine we have in there. And then at the bottom there, you'll see there's your cheat sheet for the adaptogens. Now that's regarding menopause. And I'll just kind of share with you that on there, ashwagandha was one I enjoyed taking. Rhodiola was another one I enjoyed taking. And black cohosh I really enjoyed taking during my menopause times to help me get through those times. So menopause, super, super important. I cannot even begin to tell you how much getting your extra protein on a regular basis every day, making it your priority, is going to help you 40-year-olds who have not necessarily hit menopause yet, okay, past menopause. If you have passed menopause, I'm telling you, you will not regret making these changes to become protein focused. It will make your midlife years easier, and it will help reduce the belly fat that you have going on here, and it makes your cravings less. Who doesn't want that? So tomorrow we're going to talk about the munchies. That's a really big one to me because while we can associate munchies with menopause, I also associate munchies with just plain old, like every age group today struggles with the munchies. And well, I believe it has a little bit more to do with insulin resistance. We can still ward off all the munchies by being protein focused. So if you have any questions, I want you to go ahead and comment, send me an email, do whatever, and I'll make sure that I answer those. And if you have any stories to share, please share in the comments because you're helping a lot of other women get through some of the same scenarios. So have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so it'll be 3 o'clock. I apologize for being late today. Sometimes meetings just go over, so I will see you soon.